So, Miles, welcome back. And by welcome back, I mean welcome to the podcast. That is the Macbeef-Banquet podcast, Season 2, Episode 4. Is it 4?
I guess, yeah, 4.
Season 4, Episode 2.
Episode 54 of the podcast itself.
I like to think of it as Episode 4 because it's new and improved and it's way better than it was before.
Yeah. It's definitely better, like... Never mind. I was going to get into some shit, but never mind. Okay. Henri, what movie did we watch?
We watched a movie.
I watched a movie. You watched a different movie.
I watched all kinds of different movies this week, actually. But I watched Double World yesterday.
Yeah?
That was the movie I watched yesterday, and it was so good. It was so good. I loved it. It was so awesome.
Are you being sarcastic? Because I feel like you're being sarcastic.
Actually, no, it was good. I mean, I didn't mind it. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't, like, my favorite movie, but, like, it wasn't, like, anything I really hated. It was fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect some of the parts at the end, but I still thought it was good. What did you think of it?
Excuse me.
Tell me, Miles. Spill the tea, sis.
I am probably the same. Like, I liked it, but it's a little bit cliche, and there was a few parts I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
And I think it's supposed to be one of those big action movies, and I mean, it's what it is. It's what it was. So I do like it, in its own right, but yeah.
Yeah.
So what I don't know what dude? What's up, man? How you doing?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
It was so it came out in like a year ago. It says technically 2020, but a year ago in Hong Kong. Last December is when it came out in Hong Kong. And I can definitely agree with the whole, it was kind of cliche at times, especially with some of like the, flashbacks or, remembering stuff and the way they told stuff too. They kind of just told you stuff, Mm-hmm. I got into that a little bit last week with, what is it? Peanut Butter Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
And how, there were some things that they just kind of told us and didn't really show. But, like, there were also times I think that, I guess that was okay, especially for, like, a movie like this where that's what they're going for. I felt like it was anyway. I think one of my favorite moments was, it was a sad moment, but, like, when Miss, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pronounce it, but, the girl on their team, essentially, she, she's dying, and I liked the way they framed it, where, like, it was, sort of focused on her hand, and it, kind of fell off his lapel as,
to kind of show that she was dead.
She was dying, yeah, or dead, yeah. I liked that moment. That was, I think they staged that well. Again, a little cliche, but and yeah, some of the, I don't know, I felt like they were just going for that classic, kind of dramatic, war type, vibe of like, old, sort of Eastern Asian movies,
Mm-hmm.
like that were kind of like that in the day. I mean, some of the effects weren't, the best, of course, but like they were decent,
Yeah.
for what it was, I think. So.
I will say there were, in terms of VFX, there were some obviously bad shots, but there were also some pretty good ones. Like the what I believe was VFX. I mean, it wouldn't make sense if it wasn't. Was like the town, like right at the end when they were showing like the time lapse of like the town and like the new statue that was built in the girls' teammates' honor. Yeah. That was done pretty well. It looked really good. And then also the what was it, King Beast or whatever? What's his name?
Yeah. The Beast King or whatever.
Beast King. Yeah, I was close. I thought he was done a little bit poorly, but still pretty good for.
The whole time I was just thinking, okay, so this is just Smaug from.
Oh yeah.
The Hobbit.
I thought it was cool. I thought that like whole sequence was pretty cool though.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't knocking it at all. I just thought it was funny how similar their appearances were.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I like that whole thing too.
Eli, shut up. Sorry.
Some of the moments with Dong. His name's Dong. But yeah, Dong. Whatever his last name is, was like, where he's sort of, it's showing like he's very, like kind-hearted and like he wants to help everyone that he can or whatever. Some of those moments kind of, I felt like they kind of annoyed me a little bit, because it's like that beast is trying to kill you, but you're just trying to help it. All right, I guess it works.
Yeah.
And when like he like negotiated with him, it's like, I promise I'll bring it back, and it just didn't eat them. I was just like, okay, all right, cool. I guess it's fine. I mean, So some of those moments kind of dogged me a little bit, but, it fit the genre.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think they knew the sort of feel that they were going for, and I think they did well in keeping that sort of vibe the whole time, or that same energy, and there's like a sort of mysticism to it, and like a like a prophecy type thing, and they get into that in the Mystic Forest. But yeah,
I have a question for you. What would you say is the normal budget for an American action movie? Like for a big budget action movie, I guess.
A big budget one. I don't know. I gotta think about something like John Wick. Like John Wick would have a budget of like. In fact, I can probably just look that up real quick, because I think typically it's like in the hundreds of millions. Actually, believe it or not, like there's big budgets out there like that sort of.
I mean,
it takes a lot sometimes.
Yeah,
and that might be the higher end too, actually.
Mm-hmm. And I'm only saying that because like. There was obviously a lot of special effects, a lot of the costumes, and the budget was about $43 million, comprised of 80% special effects.
Yeah, so John Wick was 20 to 30 million.
So okay, so this was a lot more than that actually.
Yeah, and I mean that makes sense, because that's a lot of gunfighting, as opposed to like something like this where CGI can be a lot sometimes to pay for, in terms of both shooting and then animating that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say anywhere from maybe 50 to
100,
sometimes even 100, or even a couple hundred, depending on what you're looking at. If you're looking at something like Marvel, obviously there's gonna be bigger budgets, or things like that. But yeah, I'd say for something like this,
he seems a little bit under, maybe, but
yeah, I'd say so.
Under what it should have been,
considering everything they did. Because there was a lot of like landscape stuff, and then a lot of extras and a lot of action. So.
Oh, there was even what was it? It was early on in the film. It was when the Grandmaster tutor was kneeling or something, but like I could very clearly see a gentle outline of the green screen he was in front of.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch up on that, but I'm sure. Yeah, if I go back and watch it, I'm sure I can see it. Because they were like you said, there were some moments that were good, and there were some moments that didn't work so well, for sure.
The score, like a lot of the beasts look pretty good. I'm trying to think if there was one thing that didn't look good. The Scorpion looked good. The
Scorpion was good. Yeah.
The Beast King Beast. I'm gonna keep messing up, but he looked good for the most part.
King Beast. Yeah.
There was something. I don't know what it was. What the other thing was. That didn't look good, but whatever. A few problems I had with it were For one, the whole Mystic Forest itself. This one guy, okay, so here's how it goes. This one guy who's been a dick to him for like a long time, right? He tells him like, "Oh man, you like, hey, bastard," because that's what they called him. They called him a bastard.
Yeah, they kept calling him bastard.
And they're like, "Oh, you are, if you're trying to, if you want to remember the past, or if you want to find out about your past, you should go to the Mystic Forest." Well, number one, why would you believe this random asshole guy who's been kind of a dick to you?
Yeah.
Number two, why would you keep bringing it up at every 5 seconds of the movie? Like, hey, have you seen this Mystic Forest? Oh, you haven't? You think it's a rumor? Okay, I should probably stop asking people. He, like, believed it wholeheartedly from hearing about it from this one guy.
Do you see how many times he tried to save people? He's a very, very
gullible
guy.
Oh,
right?
Sorry, gullible. Yeah, I was gonna say gullible, but all right.
Gullible, yeah. He just believes the best in the world, Miles.
Yeah, believes that no one would lie to him.
He believes that people are good or some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was I was so pissed. I was just gonna say I was so pissed off that he kept asking people. I'm like, oh wow, the Mystic Forest. Never figured that was gonna come up.
What a surprise! This little bitch is asking again about the Mystic Forest.
And then
they're gonna go to the Mystic Forest.
Exactly. Yeah. What are you gonna say?
What did you think about? I don't remember what her name was, but the slave person.
Yeah.
Like they rescued. Like, what did you think about her character? If anything,
I liked it. Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, I think I liked the dynamic of like her understanding. I mean, it was a little weird, I guess, with her and the guy. I don't know what his name was.
The deserter.
Yeah, the deserter. Sorry. Yeah.
Chu-hun, her brother.
Yeah. They were like, I don't know, it was a little weird. And then also, I guess, the Chu-hun and the girl had sex, I guess. That's what I thought.
Wait, what? When was this?
Right? Okay, so here's, like, I didn't look up anything. This is straight from my brain, all right? So when they're in the room and she asks I'm pulling up the page so I can actually name them. When Jingang sorry, I'm Jingang asks Dong Yilong to go get, like, she's like, I'm hungry. Get me some steamed buns. You remember this part?
Yes.
And then Dong Yilong goes and meets up with did they even name her? The slave, whatever. But like she like looks at Chu-hun, right? And she like puts her hand on her belt like she's about to take it off. And then Dong Li, I'm just gonna call him Dong.
Dong. Yeah.
Dong. He like looks at both of them and then kind of is like, oh, and then he's like, okay, I'll go do that. And then later on, the only people who are ever really holding hands are Chu and Jingang, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, they totally fucked, didn't they? It's very like, it's so unclear if they did or not, but I think they did.
I don't know. I mean, I think you could read into it either way. Because I mean, I don't know. I guess that would make their little argument at the later on when she was like, you know what, screw you guys, I'm going on my own. After the finals or whatever, and they're like they have to fight each other. Yeah, I guess you can argue that that's more like sexual tension than at that point, right?
Yeah. Well, it just doesn't, like, they're holding hands.
I mean, I feel like you could, I guess, read into that, but at the same time, it could also be a bit of a stretch, I think.
Yeah.
Depending on how you're looking at it. I mean, I don't know.
Because
at the same time, it seems like he's supposed to be like a sort of a honorable guy. You know what I mean? Chu-hun. But I don't know. I mean, maybe.
I don't know. It sure seemed like they did to me.
I guess it's possible. I didn't really pick up on that, but I don't know. I also wasn't looking for it, so
yeah.
Maybe that's just what you were into the movie for.
Because it seemed like, you know, from the beginning that Dong was gonna fall in love with Jin Gong, and then maybe Chu-hun was gonna fall in love with the slave or whatever.
And then that didn't happen.
And then that didn't happen. Another thing I didn't like was they had two of those like dramatic death scenes where like they're holding a person that they care about in their arms and watching them die. It happened twice. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like one is too much for any movie, but that's just me.
I agree. It was kind of like, okay, yeah, all right, cool. I didn't really, I don't know. I didn't really feel for that as much. I mean, like I said, I was surprised by the first death, but.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and kind of the second one too, but yeah.
And yeah,
I was kind of hoping they'd even do a third one where it was like all dramatic and like, I'm dying in your arms, just for the sake of it, funny. You know. See how many you could fit in a movie.
Just every other scene is just someone dying. Just they just stop in the middle of like the battles or whatever and the contests. And they're just like each time a person dies, they just have like a little emotional scene.
Yeah.
One of them gets crushed by the ball, the rolling balls on the.
And then they're holding the bits in their hands.
Yeah, just gosh. The bits start talking like, "Don't forget about me" or some shit.
Yeah.
That was the other thing too, is when they're on those chains or whatever, running across, and this was like I didn't expect those giant metal balls to be like rolling around as much as they did.
Oh
like
yeah, I thought they'd fall right through,
or like something.
And then I thought it was at first I thought that they had to go underneath the chains or something to like go through that area, but that's just spikes. And I was like, oh damn.
Yeah, and then it was. Yeah, I expected that to go a little bit of a different way as well. Mm-hmm. It was surprising when they were just running across the chains, especially when they're all chained together, I guess teams. I also thought that the
Sorry, go ahead.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Miles? Nothing. What you got, bitch?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. I made a mistake.
You made a mistake.
I did.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Yeah, I thought that female team that was like.
Mm-hmm. I thought they were going to be more of a threat. To be honest,
I thought so too. And then they just kind of got captured by the weeds. So.
Yeah, it was cool though. I mean,
takes the best of us.
I mean, yeah, I thought the first trial was a little boring. I guess. I mean, it was cool with like the chains and like all the ways that people died. I guess chains and whips actually excite me.
They excite you.
Yeah. I thought the second trial was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I liked that one. Because I liked all the, got to see a little bit more of the world, I guess. A little bit more world building.
The double world?
I suppose. Yeah. Yeah. What actually happened a second ago was me trying to look up if they had sex or not. So all I typed in was double world sex, and all that came up was double penetration in videos.
Oh my God.
That just kind of...
That's your fault, Miles.
That is my fault.
What did you expect?
I don't know what I expected.
Oh my God.
That's on me.
I mean, and it also doesn't help that there's not actually a lot about the movie.
Yeah.
Other than if you look on IMDb,
mm-hmm.
But there's not a lot of articles or things about it. I think just one because it's so new, and it was also just such a quiet release probably.
Mm-hmm. I think I thought I read that it only came streaming services.
Yeah.
I think.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd recommend it. It was fun. Did you like the action? Or did you think it was kind of lackluster?
I guess I'm trying to think. I guess what exactly do you refer to?
Anything. I mean, really. I mean, the fighting scene. I guess mainly the fighting choreography. whether it was in the last final scene or even some of the stuff in the beginning, whatever. What did you think about all of it, just in general?
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. Watching the when they do when they jump in Asian films, Chinese films. In certain Chinese films, they have that jumping where they have moon gravity essentially.
Yeah.
And they do that.
Kind of like
I think like Crouching Tiger,
yeah.
Hidden Dragon was the first one to do it. Don't quote me on that because I have yet to even see it. But
oh really?
Yeah. But
okay.
That it makes me want to watch more of those kind of martial arts movies. Just kind of I don't know, it's like fantastical. I don't know. It seemed pretty cool. So it's a weird thing to be interested in, I suppose.
Yeah. No, I was just curious because I mean there is something to be said about the way fights are choreographed and stuff. And some are definitely, I think, in my opinion, better than others. And people like different things in terms of watching fighting choreography. So like, I wasn't sure if there was.
Here, I'll say this. I think the best one of the best fights was probably between Jing Gong and in that like cafe or whatever. I thought that was a pretty good fight.
Okay.
In terms of choreography and because I really like the way she fought with the sword, with like that really heavy. Like,
I thought it was kind of cool because she was like the smallest one of them, but she had like one of the biggest weapons.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like almost her like the size of her. Like it was such a big sword. She was just swinging it around like it's no big deal. Which that was kind of classic of films like that. So that was cool. But yeah.
I don't know what else there. I mean,
either way, it was decent.
Yeah. We would both recommend it. Yep.
Especially if you're drunk and seeing double vision.
Okay.
Because then it will be quadruple world.
Nice, dude.
Yes.
Funny man.
Yeah.
Funny man. Okay.
I'm the funniest.
What did you have you watched anything this week?
I watched 2 other films this week, both of which were really good. Well, at least I could appreciate them both. I think one of them was Akiru, which was really good. If you haven't seen that, I really recommend it. Yes, it's by Akira Kurosawa. I don't know if it's on Canopy or not, but if it is, it'd be really good to watch.
Do you know how to spell it? Oh wait, never mind.
Ikiru.
Ikr.
Ikiru.
Got it. Are you what?
Are you?
I'll check on Canopy, but continue with what you were saying.
Blind kid.
All right.
Who plays a mean pinball?
All right. Continue what you were saying while I check if it's on.
But I want to know. Miles.
It is.
I want to know if
it is.
Actually, I can probably.
Yes.
It's on Canopy.
Yes.
Let me check.
They
just
have
to make sure.
A lot of Kurosawa's films on Canopy.
They have it on Canopy, Miles.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's his full name?
What's that?
Akira Kurosawa. Got it.
Akira Kurosawa.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's called Akiru. Means to live. It's really great because it's like one of those where it gets you to rethink your whole life.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. Sorry,
no,
I sound like I didn't care, but
I was just kidding. No, but like it really does get you to think about things because it's like it's all about this guy who, he I won't say too much, but like he essentially, is sort of reconsidering his whole life experience and like what he's done all his life because he's just like this boring bureaucrat who like, has done the same thing day in and day out for like 30 years, and he's like kind of like feeling like he wasted his life, and so he's kind of having to come to terms with that.
Yeah.
And it's just great from start to finish.
Interesting.
So I really enjoyed it. I also watched a movie. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but it's on Tubi if you want to watch it. It's actually pretty funny.
Beef.
It's called like Strozek or Strosek or something. It's Strozek. It's German, if you couldn't tell. And it was directed by Werner Herzog, who was in The Mandalorian. I'm sure you know
I
who
do.
that is.
He's
but,
been in. He's done other things that are more well known. But
he's done other things too. That was just one of the ones I felt like was like one of the most mainstream nowadays that people would actually like know.
Okay, Strozek, I'm guessing something like that.
Strozek, yeah, or something like that. But yeah, I watched that too this week, which was really good. Cause it's like some horrible stuff happens, but it's also really funny.
Interesting.
Like it's kind of like dark humor at times, But it was, and especially the ending was really good. So I really enjoyed that. But yeah, no, I think those were the main things I've watched so far.
Nice.
Obviously continuing with Fargo, but I mentioned that like last week or something. Or 2 weeks ago, so I've been watching that.
Where are you on it? Like what episode are you on?
I'm almost to the end of season 1. Let me see what episode I just watched. I should know momentarily. Just a minute now. Drum roll, please.
I'm good.
You know what, Miles? This is why you suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I suck, really? Of all the things I could suck.
I just finished episode 7.
Because I think last time you said you were on episode 3 or had watched episode.
Yeah, I'd watched the first 3 episodes and then like I didn't really get back into it until just recently. Because I mean I've seen the movie and it's sort of a rehashing of that in many ways. As you know, I'm sure.
I haven't seen the show, but I've seen the movie at least.
Oh, you have? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had. Yeah, no, it's. Basically, yeah, they make a lot of nods to Coen brothers, from what I understand. So, yeah, but anyway, those are kind of the main things. What about you?
I watched. I mean, I've been watching or on
anime.
Yeah, anime. Or on High School Host Club, which has been pretty good.
Yep.
I also rewatched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind based on your recommendation to rewatch it.
Yep.
Also in lieu of Charlie Kaufman's next film. Yeah. So yeah, can't wait to see that.
I know that'll be exciting.
And I think that's actually pretty much it. I've only been watching the anime and whatnot.
I also there was something else I was watching too. It was like Electro Jenga or something like that. It was this video. It's on YouTube, and it was pretty great.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah. Definitely recommend it for anyone to check out.
Yeah. Should I put a link in the description?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? You can do that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's been a lot of trailers actually for movies, and I mean Netflix has got a lot of stuff coming out in September, which is crazy.
Yeah. I'm excited for all the stuff they have been talking about releasing.
A sequel to a movie that really wasn't that good, but I'm gonna watch the sequel anyway. It was The Babysitter.
The Babysitter.
Yeah. The sequel to it comes out next month, and so I'll probably rewatch The Babysitter just so I can, get into it.
So is it the toddler sitter now?
The second one, so he's in high school now. Yeah.
The high school sitter.
High school sitter, yeah. It looks interesting. I'll say that. I won't say good. I won't say bad, but it looks interesting.
It looks interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Basically, the way he's saying it sucks, but I don't want to say directly that it sucks. Makes sense, Miles.
Does it though? Or does it make dollars?
McDollars. Is that the new like McDonald's like rewards thing or something?
That's probably
McSavings
already a thing. Okay, if that's all.
That's all, Miles.
Okay.
What else do you got for us?
So I've had a hard time trying to figure out what to pick for this week's episode. By the way, McDollars is a song by Rotten Pieces.
By Ryan pieces.
Yep. I've had a hard time. I've had a hard time picking the movie I wanted to do for this week.
What do you want to do, Miles? What do you want to
watch?
Oh, snap.
But I think I finally set on one. I've been wanting to watch this ever since it came out in 2018.
Yeah, me too.
Hopefully you haven't seen it. And if you have, I'll pick a different one on the spot.
Okay.
It is called Hereditary. Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
Cool. Have you seen it?
Seen what? Hereditary?
Mm-hmm. Also with Toni Collette.
No, I haven't.
Cool.
Yep. Sorry, I take a long time to respond. It's Hereditary.
No, I think you're just slow. Was he slow?
You know what, Miles? Retarded means slow. Was he slow?
Yeah. So yeah, Hereditary. It looks really good.
Yep. Yeah, it's about someone that's received something that's hereditary.
Nope. It's a horror film.
It's hereditary. And you can't fucking.
Oh yeah, I should probably say it's on Canopy, by the way.
It's on Canopy. Yeah,
that's the only free one.
Is it anywhere else?
The rest are Prime Video if you have the subscription for Prime, or Vudu and all that stuff. Anyway, I can't wait to see it. I've been waiting, and I've been waiting.
So it looks like it's on Canopy, Amazon Prime, Vudu, YouTube, Vudu for $2.99 and YouTube for $3.99. Google Play Movies and TV for $3.99.
This is great
content.
Right?
Yeah. So classic.
I'm only gonna talk when you talk
Henri
now
Zinger
because
right
you're an
there.
asshole. What?
What's that?
Sorry, did you say
Eli.
something? I can't really hear you. What are you talking about, bitch?
We're watching Hereditary.
Watch Hereditary, dude.
Week.
Watch it.
Every hour.
Watch it or get cucked.
Every fucking hour.
Get cucked, you cucks.
Ha, Miles, that's my line to you.
Get cucked, you cucks? I'm not multiple people, though.
Yeah, you are. Do you not remember our schizophrenia video?
No, dude, that wasn't released to the public. I'm not allowed to talk about that after our lawsuit.
Now they'll wonder what the heck that is, and we'll never.
Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about it since our lawsuit.
And then they'll go crazy and become schizophrenic themselves, and the cycle will go on and on.
All right, cool.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to the podcast, and no matter what happens, always remember to check your blind spots.
And wear Ovaltine.
Drink your blind spots. Drink your blind spots and check your Ovaltine.
There you go. Yeah, perfect.
There we go. I think that's our title for this week's episode.
Yeah, dude. Stopping.
All right, I'm gonna stop recording now, guys. I'll see you later. Don't tell Miles, but he sucks butts. Okay, bye.
All right, Henry. After your whole butt-sucking comment, I've decided to let your sorry ass go. Pack up your shit. You're fired. Get out of my face. By the way, you have 1 month left to live, bitch.
Well, joke's on you. It's actually not 1 month. It's 1 second. forget about me.
Eat my fucking ass, Henry, you big sack of human garbage. But JK, though, I love you, fam.
I love you too. No homo.